Hello everybody. Uh, just turning on the camera, playing around as I am wont to do. I'm realizing that it was a bad day to quit driving drunk because I've hit every single red light this morning. This is now red light number 5, and it's taken me 8 minutes, 10 minutes to travel just a few blocks. And yes, I am traveling. I am not driving. So it is a sunny day and I'm traveling. So if I get pulled over by a police officer, he cannot stop me because it's a violation of my constitutional rights, because I am traveling. Yes. Actually, as always, when I'm driving around, I am hoping that I will see some of those legendary pigs that drive around in cars and pull people over. I have yet to see a driving pig in my life, and I'm now in my 50s. I'm hoping that before I die, I will see one of those legendary creatures and get to talk to him, her. Don't want to be sexist, because I'm sure pigs can drive, whether they are male or female pigs. But yeah, that is a dream of mine, to see one of those legendary driving pigs. Haven't seen any flying pigs either, but if driving pigs exist, and based on so much commentary I hear, they must exist, the driving pigs, so I'm only assuming the flying pigs are out there too. But yeah, I have a 10 o'clock appointment this morning. It's now 9:30, or thereabouts, 9:24 actually. And with all of these red lights, yeah, I'm at another red light. With all of these red lights, I don't know whether I'm going to make it in time. It's only, I think it's like 12 miles I have to cover. But it's freeways in Washington full of idiot drivers, because people in the state, they can't drive. Pigs can drive apparently, but people not so much. And of course, it doesn't help matters that you got someone traveling like me who is talking while he should be focusing on the road. And oh wow, that guy did not just come zooming out. Oh, there he comes. Yeah. Well, he's in a Porsche, so I guess he's at liberty to just sort of cut through traffic as he will, like a maniac. That light was almost not red. Turned just as I got there, so maybe I should thank this guy that can't drive. See, now he's driving. If he was traveling, I wouldn't be having to put on the brakes, because he can't seem to figure out how to. And here's a red light, of course. Well, this is my own fault. I should have left before 9 rather than at 9. And actually, partly why I'm doing this recording, I'll see whether, well, A, how much memory there is on this phone, and B, when I'm done with my appointment, I'm gonna pop by a phone store, AT&T store, whatever we call them, because being the cheapskate that I am, I'd rather not be using Wi-Fi connections and the data on the phone here. More importantly, that's what I'm worried about, the data on this phone, because I only have so much data. Again, I'm a cheapskate, so there's only so much data, and whenever I do one of these ridiculously long videos when I'm traveling around looking for the driving pigs. It eats up a lot of data when I transfer it onto YouTube, unless I am smart about it and I make sure that I'm at home so it connects to the wireless there, and then the Wi-Fi, whatever the heck. Because I have plenty of that. It's just phone plan. I'm a cheapskate, so I only have so much data in any given month, and just get one of these videos uploaded without paying proper attention to where it's happening and how it's happening eats up half or all of my data allotment for the month in question. So got to watch that. But I am going to an AT&T store because I'm hoping that there's some sort of computer cable that can be plugged into this and then plugged into the computer, and then I won't have to worry about the data usage on the phone. I can just upload it through the computer itself. But we'll see what they can tell me. As I think I've mentioned, actually, probably the very first video on this channel. Yeah, I'm at a red light again, by the way. But I'm close to the freeway that I get to sit in the freeway traffic. Actually, something else that talking like this, I can actually also see at the top of the screen here in angry red the minutes that I'm spending sitting at red lights as I get increasingly closer to being late to the 10 o'clock appointment. Yeah, real cliffhanger, this bit of traveling here, because road closed ahead. Oh yeah. No road I'm worrying about, just the road where they are converting the former Sam's Club into a Home Depot, I think. Oh, look! Another blankety blank 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 red light. And one must say blankety blank blank instead of the words I would use, because well, if at some future date I become one of the cool kids and I can monetize this channel, I can't say fuck too often, because YouTube has changed the obscenity policies, I guess. There's going to be a lot of channels that are going to be whose owners are not going to be very happy. Well, they say if you don't swear in the first 8 seconds, you should be okay. But the little magic gremlins that are out there in the algorithm, or however it functions, they hear all, apparently, as I discovered on one of my videos. Played a random clip of music, got a little notification from YouTube that I had used copyrighted material had been detected in my video, and I was a very bad child. Wasn't so bad that the video got taken down, because it was actually a track that's okay to use on YouTube according to the owner, but I still got the notification, which I found interesting, because it was deep into the video and it was completely random bit of stuff I was playing just to test sound volumes. Oh my god, the light is green. It is a miracle. And once again, I'm producing riveting video content as I narrate whether traffic lights are red or green as I travel through western Washington. And oh look, there was another green light. It's fate with me. And I can now see the freeway where I see vehicles moving very, very slowly. That is not a good sign. So I'm going to skip to the next entrance. I'm not going to get on here. I'm going to get on at the next entrance. Maybe traffic will be a little less horrible by there. But we will find out. And maybe I'll see a driving pig in the meantime. And I get to tell him all about how I'm traveling. That is what I'm looking forward to. That would truly make this day fabulous in every particular... oh, now I'm at a red light and behind a bus. So, yeah, fabulous. Anyhow, I was mentioning whether, or speculating whether there was some sort of computer cable that could be plugged into the phone and plugged into the computer, and then I could upload this very long video. Or I can maybe use this video to figure out how to finally edit. I could just edit out all of the talk in between sitting at red lights. And that would make this truly exceptional YouTube content. But yeah, so recording this, if I do see one of those legendary pigs, I am doing exactly what one of the most brilliant YouTubers in the history of YouTubing, and a game changer, and the most powerful being in, or the most powerful, sorry, there goes my nose again, most powerful force in the universe, that he says that you should always record when you see the driving pigs. That's his mission, apparently. That and overturning some sort of law and suing people. Although now I'm talking about my hero and your should-be hero, Jose Maria Chilito de Castro, who now apparently is also teaching people how to not eat food or something. Come on. There we go. You know, traveling is not easy. You got to be paying attention all around you. I would think traveling has a lot in common with driving. It's kind of astonishing that way. Because I'm sitting behind the wheel of an automobile. I occasionally am changing the gear shift, although not very often, because it just dawned on me. I am traveling because I can't really drive. I never really learned how to drive. I always travel in automatics, so the automatic gear cars. So that's proof right there. I don't drive, I travel. And I am now, I can't see the freeway, so I don't know whether I'm traveling into traffic that's moving at 3 miles an hour, so I will not make my 10 o'clock appointment. Actually, looking at the clock time, it's looking increasingly unlikely. See, right there, that's actually probably why I shouldn't be traveling and talking, because that was almost the wrong freeway ramp I got on. Would have gotten on the off ramp, and then I would not have been driving. Oh yes, look at this. Ah, boy. Yeah, if I'd waited and traveled onto the freeway a little bit further up ahead, it pretty much would have been the same results, because the side street I would have been on, a lot of stop signs, but no red lights. And stop signs are for drivers. I'm not driving, I'm traveling, so I could just blow through stop signs. Because now that I've truly discovered how I know I'm traveling rather than driving, when I do meet the driving pigs, I have the convincing argument. No, I'm not driving, I'm traveling. You're violating my constitutional rights by stopping me. And how do I know I'm traveling? Well, because I can't be driving, because I don't know how to shift the gears. And it just kind of happens as I'm traveling down the road. So as I'm traveling, so it's kind of like just sitting in a plane. The plane just kind of goes. No stewardesses here, though. If I didn't have such an empty, lonely life, I could, in theory, have a stewardess, or as some people might call them, wife. And then, would sit there and, serve me drinks as I'm traveling, just like on a plane. And, it's another fascinating trend I've noticed lately as I've been traveling around the area, are the bums just hanging out at freeway entrances and exits. I mean, I assume people do give them money as they are sitting there at the lights that are there to sort of pace people as you get onto the freeway to, I guess, encourage smoother merging into the stopped traffic. Hey, my lane is ending. I got to travel into here. Yep, thank you. So, yeah, now I'm traveling at 18 miles an hour down the freeway, up the freeway. Going north, so that must be up. I'm traveling up. Oh, that sounds like being raptured, doesn't it? So, I'm just traveling, but I'm going to be traveling in this lane over here. And so, yeah. So next time any of you get pulled over by a driving pig, or even the highway patrol, I suppose, you should always film them. Always film them, yes. Especially if they're the driving pig, because then you have proof that they exist. And you also have the argument. It's an argument that's even better than some sort of messy document with random pull quotes on it that you just sort of wave at him. And I mean, do driving pigs read? Well, they drive, so presumably they have driver's licenses, and you have to be able to read to get a driver's. Well, maybe not. Well, I don't know. But the argument to the driving pig when he pulls you over is that you are traveling, and the proof of that you're traveling is that you are in an automatic, so you don't know how to drive. That should work. That should work. And if it doesn't work, well, nor does any other stuff that the travelers try when the highway patrol pulls them over. Because I haven't actually seen any of the travelers document the driving pigs either. But someday, some miraculous day, I don't have a stewardess, but I do have some grapes in the car, so yum. Although I probably shouldn't snack while traveling and recording, because I'm doubly distracted that way, and there's dead air as I'm munching on the grape. And dead air is a bad thing, or so I'm told. And when you're doing super high quality YouTube content like this, dead air is a no-no. Babbling about pretty much nothing, that's acceptable. But now that we're this deep into the video, maybe I should start talking about something worthwhile, just so people who have stuck around this long are being rewarded. Last night, as I was doing a live stream, and toward the end of it, I started talking about the update that Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro is doing to the very liberal, I guess is the best way to describe it, license that had allowed designers and fans of of tabletop role-playing games to write and publish and mix and match each other, mix and match material, let others use your content without fear of somebody jumping up and down and shrieking about how you violated their copyright, and vice versa. It's called the Open Game License, and there's a lot of people running around, waving their arms, panicking, and just making noise that is not exactly helpful. About how they are invalidating the Open Game License. They're doing a Game License 1.1, and supposedly, according to leaks, there is a clause in there that states that Open Game License 1.1 now makes the previous game licenses, which is Game License 1.0 and Open Game License 1.0A, blank on the word, not invalid. The word isn't invalid, but they claim to invalidate those previous licenses. And a lot of people are upset, unhappy, running out to the burn pits with their Wizards of the Coast books, throwing them in there, saying how they're never going to buy another Wizards of the Coast product. Or other than that sort of being a self-defeating argument, do what I say, because I'm never going to buy anything else from you. I made up my mind. I'm never going to buy any of your books ever again. But you still need to do what I say. With that being kind of I didn't do anything. I'm in my lane, dumbass. Well, someone was just rude to this particular traveler. In fact, I wasn't paying attention to the road. I was in my... Well, maybe it wasn't honking at me. I don't know what the heck that was. Huh. Okay, well... maybe that wasn't even honking. Maybe that was just his... I don't know what that was. Well, Open Game License. I publish under it. I think I've got 150 items out there, maybe 200 items out there with open game content. Most of it tied to the OGL Modern, which is basically D20 Modern. Never did use a D20 license because that, just like the OGL 1.1, you basically agreed to let Wizards of the Coast or whoever the successors might be to yank whatever product you had produced for whatever reason. They felt like if you had the D20 logo on your releases, so I never did engage in that. But the open game license, I read it, I thought about it, I had a more legally astute friend read it, and he sort of agreed with my general interpretation of it. And the word that popped out, both to me and him, was that the license would stand in perpetuity. Royalty-free license in perpetuity. So I'm not particularly worried about 1.1. Of course, for me, it's just a hobby these days. Retired man of leisure that I am. Well, as far as the creative endeavors go, at least. And, well, I may actually make my appointment on time. What a miracle. My traveling for the day, despite all the red lights, looks like it won't be quite the disaster that I was afraid of. But I will, for as long as I can, keep putting out products using the OGL 1.0A one every few months as time allows. And I'm not going to pull what's already out there. I like I said, I'm a hobbyist in every sense of the word at this point. So I really have very little to lose. But I'm not, even if I was a Paizo or a Green Ronin, well, Green Ronin sounds better than Green Ronin, because it rhymes. I would probably keep on doing what I'm doing. Although, I think they've probably all, I don't know. I'm actually, I have absolutely no skin in this game whatsoever other than my own little hobby projects, because I don't think that I've bought anything from a major role-playing game publisher in a decade. I fell out of the habit when I went through a period where money was super tight, and there's just, when I have poked around and looked around, nothing has really interested me. I'm playing games that are old. I'm designing for games that are old. In fact, the games I like, I find myself enjoying designing little widgets for, is the D20 Modern, or the D20 system in general. It's mostly in general, because the stuff I produce can be applied to pretty much any D20 system variant, and it can also be used in 5th edition, from what I gather. To a lesser extent, though, partly because the terminology is different, and even when the terminology is the same, the mechanical applications are also different. So there could be some confusion there, which is why I've never really made any pretense that it really is useful to 5th edition. So, yeah, we're now 30 minutes into my video recording and 35 or so minutes into my travel. And there's some buildings in the background. So if I ever, there's any of the stalkers out there, because when you're doing YouTube videos, you're supposed to be afraid of stalkers, or so the most powerful force in the universe would have me believe. Cholito, my role model on YouTube. Although he also apparently has not, despite his talk about them, has not seen any of the driving pigs, or at least not recorded them. But yeah, so buildings in the background, if you are truly a skilled stalker, you can ID my location. Well, I've told you my location. I'm in Washington State. I'm in the Seattle area. But with buildings in the background, I'm sure the stalkers can truly identify where I'm at. And maybe Cholito can serve me with the promised lawsuit. And Wizards of the Coast's lawyers can find me and also sue me. Although, I'm joking in both those cases. Because nobody really likes to be sued. But if you're gonna be sued, if you have to be sued, it's not bad to be sued for things that you know that you are on absolutely solid ground. And when it comes to Cholito with his empty, impotent threats, I know I'm on absolutely solid ground. When it comes to the OGL content and their claim that previous open game licenses are now void because they state that 1.1 overrides them, I think I'm on rain-soaked ground. Wouldn't say it's, absolutely rock solid. A little bit of mud, a little soft, but I'm fairly confident that 1.1a is not 1.1a. 1.0a is not something that can be put. The genie's out of the bottle. The genie can be put back in the bottle. And I don't even know why. Something else I've been contemplating. Why are they even, and maybe I'll talk about this in some other video, started actually. Why they even want to put the genie in the bottle, back in the bottle. Because it's either going to be used, 1.0a is either going to be used, in my opinion, to create all new games, or standalone games rather, like Paizo did with Pathfinder the last time Wizards of the Coast went down this road and tried to pull back the open game license. They went out and made Pathfinder, and then Pathfinder 2nd Edition now. But the OGL will increasingly be used to make things that don't compete. Well, not... I don't know that things ever really competed with Wizards, but they're going to be competing even less because they're going to be for game systems. For God's sakes. People are getting in the way of me traveling in this parking lot. I'm almost at my destination, and I am not late. But anyhow, as I was saying, the OGL is increasingly going to be used by old farts like me for games that have been out of print for a decade or more, with dozens of followers, or for original games. There is no competition there. So they're just raising hell to raise hell, it seems to me. And yeah, I am exactly on time for my appointment, so I will have to end this live stream. It's not a live stream. End this recording, then use it as my test case later. So this will be on YouTube. Nobody will watch it. Or if you do watch it, you get this far, let me know. Put a comment in the section. Like, subscribe, do whatever. And I'll come back in the future and probably talk about the OGL some more, the open game license some more. I am Steve, and I am done traveling for the moment.